Dude, and then it set him off on a dark spiral down of horniness that ended with him resigning. So
yeah,
happy trails to Neil.
Lesson learned, Neil.
That vest he was wearing, Mark, looks like it was like a preventative masturbation vest. It was like a weighted.
Yeah.
It was like the thing that you put on at the dentist to not get radiation poisoning.
I think
like
so too, Pat. I think
like a storm jacket for
exactly to make sure that his arms couldn't do what they wanted to do.
I think you're right.
You are!
There it is.
Hell yeah, boss!
Oh, hey!
Oh, yeah!
Good morning and welcome to episode 934 of Hard Factor. It is Tuesday, May the 3rd, 2022. Thank you for cheating on the news with us today. Pat's got a cup of coffee in the big time full of terrible mistakes. I know there's some in there. And what else, Pat?
It's a really rich blend. Okay. It's like if you got a third of a cup of coffee from one coffee shop in town, and then you went over to Dunkin', got a third there, and then maybe went home and poured a third from your home brew.
Interesting.
It's
but
just
one
really
of them,
diverse.
One of the pots was real off, I think.
Oh, yeah. real foot in your mouth situation coming from one of the largest beauty conglomerates in this country.
Ooh,
yeah, you don't say.
Mm-hmm.
Stay tuned. After that, Mark's got another serious incident. I don't know what I can say. I don't know what I can reveal about it.
Well, it involves sauce.
Okay.
Yeah. It involves restaurants and sauce.
Stacking up these sauce incidents. And then after that, I've got finally the Hard Factor World Power Rankings at the end of the show. And of course, Russia being stupid again in the TikTok international moment. I'm going to sort of mash those up because they really go together well today.
Nice. So I was not really paying attention to what you guys were saying because I was trying to do the math in my head. Mm-hmm. Episode 934, that's 66 away from 1,000. Then I was trying to do the math, like
when that hits
5 shows a week out of 7 days. So that's like 16 to 20 days of weekends. So it's like 85 days from now ish. When is that? That's like mid-July, I think.
85 weeks.
No, 85 days from now is the 1,000th episode, like around then.
Oh, wow.
85 work days?
No, like days. No, 66 work days, right? Because we're 66 shows away.
Yeah, it's going to be summertime. Oh,
that's going to be like mid-July. I was hoping it'll be like July 4th. That would have been sick, but it's going to be like mid to late July. We're going to hit 1,000.
Well, still going to be great.
Yeah, Fat Boy Summer. That's going to be a show. We should do that like at a beach or something.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Great time to be alive in the Heart of Hive. Next trivia, though, speaking of great time in the Heart of Hive, is this Friday, May 6th. That's for the Send in the Car tier. Patreon.com/hardfactor top tier. And we do these trivia
3 days away.
So fun. So if you haven't gotten in there and you like trivia, it's a great reason to join. Plus, you get all the bonus podcasts. That's 2 a week plus Discord access.
And this time, if you win, you're going to get a special color in the Discord, right? We're going to have a championship color, championship role, right?
I think we are trying to pro up the trivia a little bit. We might try to record.
We'll create a record it and stuff. Get your little color, whatever color you want. We'll pick a color.
Also, if you're thinking about joining the Patreon, or if you remember the Patreon, this week's Hive Hour Deep Dive is into whaling.
It wasn't Boris Johnson?
Wasn't Boris Johnson. I thought it was Boris Johnson, so I prepped for a Boris Johnson episode. But I didn't even need to, because Wes and Mark, those boys can talk about
whaling.
Our
whales, yeah.
They know their whales. I learned a lot.
Well, they've been, sort of like visualizing killing whales in their minds for months now. So
could have done 3 hours on it today,
Okay. Hey, all right. Oh yeah. Okay. Well, let's do the news because it's a thick roast, as I was saying.
Let's spear the news.
It's viscous.
Yeah. Cup of coffee in the big time.
Okay. Let me fun fact you real quick. Did you guys know that 1/4 of all the bones in your body are
brittle, dead?
Osteoporosis is serious, and we're going to talk about osteoporosis today. No, in your feet,
Oh
in
yeah,
your
yeah.
feet.
Tons of tiny little bones in your feet and your hands too. But yeah, feet.
Not much of a bigger wake up call about what it's like to be tough when you go to your coach in whatever little league equivalent league that you're in as a kid, and you say, "I broke my toe" or something along those lines, and they say, "Tough shit, kid. Nothing you can do about it. Get back out there and play."
Yeah, but it might be like so many bones in your toe. Ask Yao Ming. That's what ended his career. His feet were terrible.
Well, the fingers and toes thing, that's a coach's favorite line, Pat, because this is what they say to you in football. As soon as you say anything about a finger or a toe, they're like, is it falling off? Is it on your hand? Is it on your foot? Get back on the
Get back
field.
out there.
Yeah,
do you remember what our freshman football coach did to PFT when he complained about his finger?
Destroyed his finger. He had to get surgery.
Yeah, he broke his finger even worse. So PFT had like a severely sprained finger, and he was running a wide receiver route, and our freshman football coach like threw a ball high and tight, like not on a quarterback.
Throw a nice spiral.
He threw a high and tight spiral, and PFT went up to catch it, and he puts his hands up and he drops it, and he goes, "Ow!" He goes, "It's because my finger is sprained." He goes, "Oh, is it because your finger? Go run the same route." He threw it higher and tighter, and like broke his finger.
Yeah. That's how he weeded out the kids that thought they were fast enough.
He had
to
a
wide
cannon
receivers.
on him too. Yeah.
He needed to, like you said, he needed like
that was brutal.
He needed to get surgery.
Look, I need some kids on special teams, and I don't know how else to break it to them. You're
I'm
not
sure
a wide
that coach-
receiver.
That coach would take that one back. I'm sure that was over the top. When
Yeah, it was too much.
Bastards. Let's get into the trending mentions, guys. My new favorite athlete, Jordan from the deep end Poole. He was trending after diving headfirst into the hearts of the fans of the Golden State Warriors. He led the team in a Game 1 win against the Memphis Grizzlies on Sunday.
That's right.
He splashed 5 of 10 3-pointers with a team high 31 points from off the bench, which is very wet. He absolutely was drowning his haters, guys, who've been very vocal since the flat start buzzer that kicked off his 2019-2020 rookie season. Poole spoke without a filter, saying, quote, "I've always made people eat their words," adding that he doesn't care if they wait 30 minutes after they do until they get back in the pool, saying, quote, "I never went to the media and said anything about anyone else. I just shut up, take it all in, and let my game do the talking. It feels a lot better. Oh, my God, it feels so good." Oh, man.
Do you have a lifeguard pun?
No, you got one?
Well, I was going to try to do like a reverse, like no one could guard him to save their life.
Oh, that's pretty good. Yeah,
you
yeah.
know what I mean?
Poole couldn't be guarded.
Yeah.
Throw that defender a raft. He's drowning in the pool. Whoa.
Poole is reportedly seeking a big boy Adult Swim of an offer to re-up his contract. Rumors put his ask at 80 Christina millions a year, a number the Warriors front office should easily wave on through, because it looks like having Jordan Peele on deck is the difference between whether the Warriors will sink or swim in years to come.
Isn't Jordan Peele also the name of the famous director? You could throw in some like Get Out jokes, right?
Yeah. Oh, Poole.
Oh, Jordan Poole. Oh, sorry, Poole. Yep, yeah.
Yeah.
They're going to be tough to beat if they have Jordan Poole, Klay Thompson, and Steph Curry just splashing through.
But is this like is Jordan Poole like legitimately going to be?
He's legit. So
he's pretty good.
He led the team. Yeah, absolutely.
Or is this like a great playoff?
Well, this year I'm saying they're going to be tough to beat if Poole's just splashing threes. The Suns versus the Warriors might be.
Yeah, I mean, if your backup point guard's shooting 50% from three, you're going to be impossible to beat.
If you have the 3 best 3-point shooters in the world, it's tough to beat.
Right. I mean, he's hitting them from the deep end all day long. I mean, this is the equivalent, Will, of Linsanity, right? But this guy's got, actually, he's got the skills, because he's coming off the bench dropping 31 points. I mean, people are like, holy shit, where did this kid come from?
Yeah, they call that a splashdown.
Yeah, real splashdown. It's like raft night every
all
time
they need is just
he
like
steps on the court.
Yeah, raft night. They just need some giant idiot to rebound, and they're gonna win every game. Like,
and they're good, right?
Just
Draymond, right? Isn't that?
He's kind of short. He's one of the best defenders in the league, but he got ejected at halftime. He got ejected for throwing an elbow, which was he shouldn't have been ejected. And then
I mean, he's always been.
He's a hothead, yeah. But he's a good defender. I'm saying they need Draymond to play good defense, and then they just need like some 7-foot doofus to just like stand there and catch a couple rebounds. They're going to do just fine.
Yeah. I mean, Yao Ming, I know his feet aren't any good, but really you just can just plant him there. How old is he?
Get him out there.
Suns are looking good too. Yeah. Champs is coming from the West.
I think so.
I got to say that I think they're calling Poole he's like the Splash Brothers, which just do better. than that. Do better
Yeah.
than that.
Well, who was the original Splash Brothers are already on the team, right?
Yes.
So
So
it's
now
like
they have a third
added
Splash Brother. Yes.
Third Splash Brother.
Why do they call these other two guys Splash
Oh,
Brothers?
they've
Because they
been the
make
Splash Brothers.
threes.
Pat,
Like they just make
they've been-
threes.
These guys have
Yeah.
been nailing threes for Klay Thompson and
Steph
and
Curry.
Are
They're
their
the two
last
best-
names
for like a
water
decade.
related?
No, but they're wet.
They're so wet.
They're so
They're the
wet.
wettest.
And not as wet as the pool.
Well, no,
No, not
no.
right now.
Steph Curry's the wettest. Yeah,
Yeah.
Steph Curry's definitely the wettest, right? Like,
Yes.
there's-
He's the ocean.
there's none wetter than Steph.
Yeah.
That's-
He's the lake.
Okay. They're all swimming in his pool. Couple quick updates, guys. The investigation into Trump in the Southern District of New York has kind of stalled out, but there's an investigation into whether Trump and his allies interfered with the Georgia 2020 election. Took a big step on Monday. 23 people were chosen to serve on a special grand jury. So again, I think we've gone over this on the show before, but for you legal novices, it's grand jury, which is like a mock trial, so to speak. Evidence is presented, and then those people get to make a determination whether an indictment should be issued.
It's like a pilot episode.
It's like a pilot episode of a trial to come. They have
Yeah.
1 year to make a recommendation of whether charges should be
Right.
pursued.
Right.
And guys, Germany is
The
ready-
Arbery thing went through all these steps, I think, right?
Yes,
Recently,
most things
that we've
do.
covered.
Most big cases do go
all
through
the
a
way
grand
through.
jury, but that's a big deal. And then Germany.
It's embarrassing when you lose in the grand jury and it's over before the trial. You're like, whoa.
Well,
that's embarrassing.
It's sealed. I mean, yeah, prosecutor is he's a real doofus. If,
that's
or
like
he or she loses.
that's a
the grand
Splash
jury.
Brother move if they get you before, like they get you out of it at the grand jury.
Right. I mean, it's effectively it's a totally sealed proceeding. So the jurors are going to be like, I don't know if we should indict this guy, and I know no one's going to know what I say or how I voted. But
Right.
I just don't know. You know.
Yeah, maybe they get a few too many pops in them at a grand jury because they're confident it's going to be anonymous. They're like, yeah.
Could
Well, it's
be.
never good that like the same process that a murder case goes through, your case is now going through.
Grand
That's
juries
not.
are
You
bad.
don't want to hear that.
You don't want to
right?
be involved in a grand jury, but
like
if it gets thrown out, you know.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, average jury and then grand jury. It's the best.
I wonder
of
what
the
the percentages are of like grand jury cases.
best. That's
that
look
get
that
through.
up.
that is
That is
that would be
interesting.
interesting.
Guys,
know.
Germany is ready to support an EU ban on Russian oil. So that might happen. Who knows? Germany is tired of, quote, being blackmailed by Moscow into paying for natural gas in rubles. They're not into it. Anyway, those are a couple quick updates of what's
No,
going
that's
on
good.
on the big scene.
The Germans were really holding things up with
were.
with buying all that Russian power.
But
so-
they're over it.
Yeah, but they're still buying a shitload of that natural gas. So
But they're down. I mean, who knows? It's a coin flip whether or not a EU ban on German oil exports will happen or not. But
right.
it's possible now. Guys, sad story out of the country music world. It's been confirmed the country music star Naomi Judd, she took her own life sometime late last week.
Oh man, Winona and Ashley's mom, right?
Winona and Ashley's mom. She was 76 years old. Her daughters, Winona and Ashley, they announced on Saturday, quote, "Today we sisters experienced a tragedy. We lost our beautiful mother to the disease of mental illness. We are shattered. We're navigating profound grief and know that as we loved her, she was loved by her public. We are in unknown territory." Pretty sad stuff.
What a talented family, because she was she was like the first. She was pretty popular, right?
She was a beast, and Winona had a really huge career, and then Ashley Judd,
Yeah,
you
she
know,
did.
her career was absolutely ruined by Harvey Weinstein.
But she was an incredible actress that was an A-list actress before she told Weinstein no to the sex. So,
Double
talented
Jeopardy, other stuff.
Other stuff.
Yeah, she was great. There's no doubt about that. Sad stuff, especially because Naomi had written a book about mental illness. So check on your loved ones, guys, please. People that suffer from mental illness, it never stops, even if they seem that they're okay. Support them as a community. Check in. We're serious about that on this show.
Yeah, age doesn't seem to be a factor, does it? Like
No, it doesn't. But if you have a friend, if you have an inkling that a friend is not doing well, just check on them. Sometimes I can change their whole outlook on life for the period of time. Oh, you care? That's interesting. A lot of times people who kill themselves feel like no one cares. So,
right.
Anyway, guys, completely missing this news, and apparently a copywriter, really any sort of editorial oversight at all. On Sunday, mega cosmetics company Ulta, they sent out an email promoting a new Kate Spade perfume to its massive email marketing list. The email read, guys, quote, "The NYC It Girl is back. Come
she's not.
hang with Kate Spade.
No, she killed herself, so she
Yeah.
can't hang out.
Yeah,
with
while
Kate
this
Spade.
show was on. Yeah, we
Yeah, it
covered
was like this. It was the week before Bourdain, and there weren't they like? Yeah, there was like
So
Yeah.
Kate Spade, the famed fashion designer and sister-in-law of David Spade,
Yeah.
tragically committed suicide by hanging herself back in
Right.
2018.
Yep. So it's going to be hard for her to show up for the hang out, and it says hang, right? She can come
Oh,
hang.
man.
Yeah.
Come hang
So
with
is
Come
Kate
this
hang.
Spade.
Yeah.
Is this like a Kate Spade hater or just a complete
No.
mistake?
It's a new fragrance from Kate Spade.
Right, but the
and Ulta
caption is the
promoting it.
caption seems a
The
little
caption.
Oh, they're
caption
saying it
seems a
was
little
totally inadvertent. It was a mistake.
maybe
Totally
someone
inadvertent.
maybe someone that didn't want to work at Ulta anymore and is really mean spirited.
Totally inadvertent. That seems so unlikely. And then also like, where was it published, Pat? Where did it get?
It went out to
published
their email list.
So like who gave him? Yeah,
Ooh.
like who gave him the directive that Kate Spade would be at an event? Like why would
That's
they?
a
It's not that.
low-level
No.
person.
Kate Spade is the brand and the person. So
Right.
the
But a
brand is
low-level
putting out a new fragrance with Ulta. So it's just
Right.
essentially saying, "Come hang with Kate Spade, the
Okay.
brand."
Okay, the brand.
But the person
Okay,
happened
okay,
to have killed herself
Okay.
by hanging.
Okay. All right.
Eh.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. Okay.
I feel like it's a
50-50.
low-level
50-50.
person that made
Okay.
that graphic, and also probably like a middle manager that approved it. So you never know what the original motivation was. But if it was just a mistake, what a mistake!
It's an event, right? That's probably not happening now. I mean,
No, I don't think that's going to happen anymore. No.
You got
Come
to distance
on.
yourself as far as possible if you're Ulta or Kate Spade from this debacle. It's truly. I mean, is that her kissing the thing?
No,
Or that's a model.
no, that's not
the
her.
it girl.
No, that's
probably,
not her.
That's probably
No.
the girl that is either modeling or hosting the event. You know, it's an
Not
influencer.
anymore.
At least it wasn't Kate Spade's picture as well, because that would have
Yeah.
really been the cherry.
It was just a casket.
Mm-hmm. Come hang with Kate Spade.
Yeah. Brutal.
Haven't cut her down yet.
Yeah. Ooh.
Yeah, moving on.
What's that rapper? It's like the rapper from DC. At the nightclub.
I forget
we gotta
his name.
know his name.
Yeah.
Forgot to know his name.
Gooey, young Gooey or something.
Yeah,
Little
something like
gooey.
that. Yeah.
Small gooey.
Yeah. They're like
ooey gooey. I think
Come
it
hang
is.
with Kate Spade
right.
at,
It's like
at the same nightclub, DC.
it's like the Weinsteins trying to sell a nice private night with Harvey. You know,
Yeah.
like
Oh, man.
come hang with Harvey in a nice, quiet, dark environment.
Mentor,
And-
come get mentored by Harvey Weinstein. All right, guys, moving on.
Bill Cosby,
Yeah.
come hang on the couch with him. You know,
By the way, fuck you, Bill Cosby, you piece of shit. Like, oh man, I hope he makes
Yeah,
those
but
public
why?
appearances so someone can punch him in the fucking face.
Just his name.
no, that's
just bring-
literally
just his
somebody's gonna
name
make
brings that out of you.
poster for real.
Yeah. Yeah.
Come hang with Bill on the couch. He doesn't
Yeah.
have Quaaludes this time.
Come rest with Bill.
Wine tasting with Bill Cosby.
Yeah.
Guest bartender Bill Cosby. And I digress. Moving on. Tough week for truckers, guys. Absolute tough week for truckers.
When isn't it?
This one is especially tough. You guys are not doing yourself any favors. Listen to Yang Gang. They're coming for your jobs. In Alabama last week, major traffic delays were caused in Tuscaloosa by a big rig driver who tried to answer an age-old question when he, quote, lost his load, spilling an entire KFC's worth of raw chicken parts across 3 lanes of the roads in downtown Tuscaloosa. Guys, here's a photo of this. This is disgusting. Look at that.
Whoa, no
Oh,
way.
man.
Look at that.
That's so much chicken.
It's a lot of chicken, man.
You said that's in Tuscaloosa?
It was in, see, it says right there, turn left to go to University of Alabama.
Look at that.
The raw chicken covered a 1/4 mile of asphalt and, quote, caused some vehicles to slide across the roadway. The Tuscaloosa Police Department wrote on Facebook, quote, hold your nose and drive carefully if you're coming through downtown Tuscaloosa this morning, adding that at least the accident happened here in Alabama and not New York, where the perfectly good poultry would have ended up going to waste.
What?
Yeah.
Isn't it worse if everyone there wants to eat the chicken? They're just saying that they would have eaten the chicken.
I'm kidding.
It had to been
They
made.
didn't
Okay,
say
yeah.
that.
Yeah, I was like, why
It's a
wouldn't it be
road
What are
worse?
they
joke.
going to do with
Yeah.
the chicken?
No, nothing.
They're
gonna
gonna
throw
run it
away.
over.
Yeah, they're gonna throw it away.
Disgusting.
Yeah, it's gonna go to waste.
Tuscaloosa. Gross.
Yeah.
I wonder if it was. Did they find out if the driver was an LSU fan? Just
Oh,
dumping
that's
that
good.
shit all over the fucking town.
Yeah, it's a little early for that.
Well,
a little early.
It's never too
SEC
early.
never sleeps, Pat.
Remember the
so-
guy from Auburn that?
Yeah, Auburn killed the tree.
Alabama.
No, that was Alabama killing the
I
Auburn
killed the
tree.
Auburn tree. That
Yeah,
was
yeah.
insane.
My daughter rolled tide.
Yeah.
You know what
Somebody
else they're gonna
rolled
have a
tide, but
problem?
they're fucking
They're gonna have
raw
a
chicken
bird
all
problem in the roads There's gonna be a lot of birds in the road.
Oh my
eating the
God,
like
bro.
Smells
vultures,
the worst part. Raw
turkey
chicken?
vultures and shit. Like yeah,
Oh, this is a bad spill.
It's a
Raw
messy
chicken's
street.
one of the worst spills you can have.
Yeah.
That's
Damn.
is what would be worse? Like
glue,
Baby
Shit.
shit.
like shit.
maybe.
Yeah.
I don't know, but like raw chicken smells as bad as shit when it goes bad. Like when it's in the
Gorilla
sun.
glue.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, gorilla glue would be tough.
Man.
Everybody's stuck to the road.
Cement.
That's terrible. Well, guys, it's funny you say that. Moving on. In California, a hammered truck driver made some difficult to access trails ADA compliant this week after he dumped 2,000 gallons of hot asphalt binder in a California forest. Look at that.
Oh, binder? Yeah.
Binder? Yeah, binder. Excuse me.
Yeah.
Meant binder.
Yeah, like the rubberized stuff that holds all the gravel together in asphalt.
That's pretty bad too.
Let me try that again because that was a pretty good joke, and I feel like I
try it again.
Yeah, in California, a hammered truck driver made some difficult to access trails ADA compliant this week when he dumped 2,000 gallons of fuck.
Damn.
All right,
Give
Eric,
it up.
ready? Hot asphalt binder in the California forest. Okay, we'll cut that.
Nailed
together.
it. Was he drunk before you go on? Because I have a quick comment. Was he drunk? Do you know? Or
Yeah,
are
he
you
was
making-
hammered drunk.
Okay.
Perceived to be, allegedly.
Did you see?
It was on the job site too. Did you see like how they were paving
Yeah.
and then he like fucked up and like tipped his truck over? Like he
Did you hear a tragic thing about the pedal cab? You know, like those like drunk people get on a cab, like bachelor and bachelorette parties, and they pedal. And you can rent like on the streets, like you drink and you're on this little bus thing that pedals. You're pedaling,
Yeah, like at an event or something, or
right?
Like
And they usually send like one person, I guess, with you
pub
that,
crawler.
Like, yeah, pub crawler. They send
a pedicab or a pub crawler?
pub crawler.
Okay.
And the guy who like works for the company that's supposed to like steer it, he got drunk with the people and he flipped it and almost killed. Three people are in critical condition. 10 are still in the hospital.
What?
This happened like yesterday. Like 15.
Somebody might die from it.
His company's he's getting sued.
What town?
He's going to jail. I'll have to look it up.
I mean,
I'll
dude,
let you-
a pub crawler is
It happened like yesterday.
already one of the least fun things you can do.
Yeah,
on a
I know.
bachelor
It's
party
already kind of
weekend.
sucks. Yeah.
And now you add insult to injury.
Yeah, the guy got hammered and flipped the thing and almost killed 15 people.
Go on a
in pub
booze
crawler.
cruise or get a
Yeah,
charter
yeah.
boat.
The pub crawler is not as fun as it seems. And here's a little
Midtown, downtown Atlanta, pedal hub.
No thanks.
Yeah.
Inside baseball about a pub crawler. You might drive by a pub crawler and think, I have a bachelor party or a work event coming up. That looks fun.
Don't
but
do it.
here's the thing, guys. Those pub crawlers operate in certain districts where open containers are allowed. And 3 or 4 times on your pub crawler, you're going to have to put your beers away. They go, beers away, boys. We're crossing over into the closed container district.
Game off.
It's not fun.
You know what you can get instead is a party bus or limo and just drink inside that with the
There you
tinted
go.
windows.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That or a boat. I still
Boat,
think
yeah.
water preferable to streets usually. But
Sure.
yes.
Here's
For
a
sure.
fun
On
thing
the
to do.
streets,
Get a map
100%.
of the stars in the town. And if you're coming to Austin, and if you're having a bachelor party or bachelorette party, I know that you are. Get a map of the stars. They exist. And you can just drive your limo to McConaughey's house, Sandra Bullock's house, Jesse James's house, Willie Nelson's house.
Sounds
and
a
you can
little
just drink
stalkerish.
outside of them.
Okay. All right.
Well, is that more or less fun than a pub crawler? Okay, guys.
Well, McConaughey might come out and be like, "All right, man,
Hi, what's happening? Look how
toss me one of
skinny I
them
am.
brew
Can you
doggers,
believe?"
bro."
I'm so glad you chose this over pub crawler.
All right, guys. Raul Payette Jr., 58 years old. He was driving on Highway 199 in Del Norte County. This is on Tuesday. He had a damaged tire. And CHP said that I guess he was near the town of Gasquet. And they said that Payette's semi-truck
What?
drifted.
Guess what? What?
Gasquet.
Guess what?
Oh, I'm saying the town of Gasquet.
Guess what? What?
No. The town is called Gasquet.
Oh.
I get it. Anyway, Payette's semi-truck drifted off the road into a power pole, which fell onto the highway, and then he allegedly continued on for another mile because he was real drunk until the trailer was towing overturned, and it overturned, and so there you go. That's cool.
That's awesome.
Let's take it to the top story of the day, guys. Also known, if you're a fan of the show, you can already anticipate what it's going to be as I stall to find the clip because it's
The cream of the crop!
The hunt continues for escaped convict and Aaron Rodgers lookalike with better physical stats, Casey White and Deputy Vickie White, who's believed to be potentially assisting Casey in escaping, probably because she fell in love with him after the layup icebreaker that Casey had in his back pocket when he pointed out that they're both named after the most boring color in the spectrum. Hey, your last name is White. My last name is White. and it was love at first sight, apparently, potentially, allegedly.
You ever seen that documentary, The Wonderful Whites of West Virginia?
Yes.
Jesco's third cousin of mine.
See, that's what I'm saying. So they claim that Casey Cole White and Vickie White are not related, but he's 6'9" and she has one lip, and this is in Alabama. So I wouldn't be too sure if there's not like a relationship of some sort. Second cousin. Yeah.
I wouldn't bang a Cassidy. Would you bang a Borgie?
No.
Will, you would bang a Smith, and that's
I mean, there's
okay.
so many Smiths.
You kind of have
It's
to.
a different situation.
You don't even
well,
need
White,
to ask.
but White, maybe that's what they feel like. They're like, we're all united, even though because there's so many of us.
Again, but the location
very
and physical feature of these people, you have to do a background check with each other. You know,
Agreed.
So much like Aaron Rodgers.
Well, guys, yeah, they actually issued.
Somebody called him. Some guy tweeted at us. He called him John Spiral Ham. Also,
John from The Office, Krasinski too.
Yeah,
a little bit. Yeah.
The Lauderdale County, which is where in Alabama it was, they actually released some new photos to help catch this guy. Here's one.
There you go.
Here's
his
another
favorite
one.
jersey.
Mm-hmm.
Man,
yeah, pretty similar.
he looks
right?
gross without the hair.
There he is.
Oh, he looks nothing like Aaron Rodgers without the hair.
Without the hair, he doesn't look like Aaron
Oh
Rodgers.
my gosh! Wait, go back to him now. He's bald.
Well, that's him now. Yeah.
Oh no! This is Aaron Rodgers needs to keep his hair. He would look horrible bald.
Yeah.
So this guy's 6'9". He's got a full right arm sleeve, and he's like bald with a goatee. There's no chance they don't catch this guy.
I agree, Will. I agree. There's some new details that came out, guys. Authorities said Vickie White, she sold her home a month ago, and she was supposed to retire on Friday. That's the day that Casey White disappeared. Lauderdale County Sheriff Rick Singleton, he gave a press conference yesterday saying a warrant had been issued for Vickie White as well, charging her with permitting or facilitating escape in the first degree in connection with capital murder suspect Casey White, right?
Yeah, she's officially in on it. The warrant, it's over.
Well, supposedly, guys, but Singleton further hammered the resemblance between Casey White and the 2021 NFC Championship runner-up Rodgers, saying, quote, "Imagine Aaron Rodgers only with 7 more inches, and where Rodgers, who despite winning the NFC North 9 times, has only 1 Super Bowl appearance, weighs 225 pounds, White has a solid 45 pounds on him. Both men are 38, and right now White is on a run that, if it continues, will certainly give Rodgers something to think about after putting up a career low of just 101 rushing yards last season."
Yeah.
So,
the Packers maybe should have signed this guy.
It's interesting that he went that into detail about how similar they are.
Well,
Maybe he's a Packers fan.
Imagine if you could get this guy at tight end. I mean, he's 6'9", 265. You get this guy at tight end. Rodgers. It could be Rodgers. It could be Aaron Rodgers throwing to Ogre Rodgers for the touchdown.
And it's intimidating. He'll kill you. You know, like
he'll fucking
kill you if you
pass interfere him.
Yeah,
if you try to break up his pass.
You know who else he looks like? Put up the picture with him with hair too. Like, I think he looks a lot like this guy from the WWE, Kurgan, who was 7'1". Kurgan. He would grab you by his finishing move was to grab someone by their scalp and pick them off the ground.
Dude, Kurgan's delts look like they're tumors.
Yeah, Kurgan's
right.
He's 7 foot.
He looks like he's about to go on Dr. Pimple Popper because he's got a goiter on his shoulder.
And Pat, you know what? I think this guy played that guy at Devil's Rejects. I think he was the actor.
Oh, did he?
He's like 7'2". Yeah.
His collarbone is jarring to look at. Yeah.
It's offensive. They didn't say anything at all about White's speed, but he did say he's 7 inches taller, about 45 pounds heavier.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Guys, U.S. Marshals have released the new photos that I put up, and a $10,000 reward for any information leading to the arrest or capture of these two. Oh, man.
I want him to get this guy back in jail just so he can grow his hair out again and look like Aaron Rodgers again, because it's messed up looking at him the way he looks now when he's on the run. They need to.
That's why we need him in jail for sure.
Yeah, get him back in jail, then we can make him look like Aaron Rodgers. I mean, those pictures are a lot more fun.
Oh wait, I was wrong. Here, I got a picture of the guy from Devil's Rejects.
He's skinny. He doesn't have delts like that.
Oh man, you gotta see this guy. I feel bad. Also 7'4" freak. But you'll see.
Sorry, Dutch Hammer. Being tall doesn't make you a freak.
Dutch Hammer's like 6'7". Okay.
Dutch Hammer's like 6'9".
No,
Hammer's
I
not
don't think he's
6'9".
6'9". I think he's 6'7" or something.
Yeah.
Dutch
6'9"
Hammer
is a whole nother thing.
Dutch
Like,
Hammer
that's
sent me a
This is
photo.
the 7'3" guy that played
Whoa.
the Devil's Reject.
That's a
way
problem.
different, but he does.
He's got elephantitis. He's got
He's got it.
he's got elephantitis. Yeah.
Hammer
Yeah.
sent me a photo of him and a buddy, another law enforcement buddy who's short the other day. I requested it on the show, and he went and found a guy who's also law enforcement who's short. Oh,
That's funny.
Thanks, Hammer.
Nice.
Yeah, that's a cup of coffee in the big time.
Nice.
Okay, and yeah, it's brought to you by give me a second now, I'm fumbling around. Pass it over to me, Pat. We all want to turn back the clock like I do about 10 seconds ago. For some, it's for vanity. Others just to relive those glory days. For me, I would like to wake up every morning with zero brain fog, a clear mind, and be as energized as I was when I was younger. And thanks to First Person, I can take a more active role in my brain's overall health. Got to get that. We talked about mental health, wellness, and stuff. You got to get that brain, work out the brain too. It's your biggest muscle. Get the brain going. After witnessing the deteriorating effects Alzheimer's had on their father and grandfather's cognitive health, brothers Chris and Joe were determined to take their brain health into their own hands. 25 years of research and experimentation later, and they created First Person. Will's showing you right now. The doses they have are like very cute, like very cool looking. Like if you'll go online and check them out,
they're cute too.
They're
Cool,
cute, too, cool and cute.
Fantastic.
It's an innovative, precision-targeted cognitive supplement system which uses the brain-boosting medicinal benefits of mushrooms to activate the full potential of human cognition and brain health. First-person supplements are made with functional mushrooms that aim to stimulate the body's natural production of specific neurotransmitters that trigger activities like energy, like mood, and sleep. So those are the three products they mainly have. They have one you can take in the morning to give you energy. It kind of would replace coffee, for example. They've got one that's my favorite, the golden hour, that you're supposed to take, around happy hour time, right? Which makes you more social and confident and in a good mood. Why don't you ask my Uber drivers from this weekend if it works? It does. And
Nice.
Sleep at night.
They got some great jokes.
Yeah. Oh yeah. They got their ears chewed off.
That talkative guy seemed to be very happy to be out for the weekend.
Yeah. What, did he take golden hour?
Must
I did. It's grown and formulated in the U.S. exclusively by expert mycologists. First Person uses the only the highest quality organic, 100% pure grain and filler-free mushrooms. And like I said, golden hours for me. I think Wes mentioned the morning one was for him yesterday. And I don't know. I haven't actually tried the night one yet because I was doing too much golden hour over the weekend, but I will be trying that soon. I imagine it works based on my experience with golden hour. Yeah. So anyway, start improving your brain health and cognition with First Person. Get 15% off your first order by going to getfirstperson.com and use code HARDFACTOR. That's GETFIRSTPERSON.com. Code HARDFACTOR for 15% off your first order. Get firstperson.com, code HARDFACTOR. These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. These products are not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease. Anyways, they're awesome. Hey, do you guys remember the story about the maniac that didn't get enough barbecue sauce at the chain barbecue restaurant? And I want to say Houston.
Yes, it was like a Dickie's barbecue.
Dickie's.
Yeah,
I
it was like
remember it was a
Dickie's in Houston.
Dickie's. I don't know. Yeah, was it? It was in Texas. That's
I
the
believe.
Texas chain. Yeah,
Believe so.
Yeah.
It was like a few months ago, and the guy called them and was like, "You didn't give him any barbecue."
Oh, it
sauce.
was alarming. He
And
went back.
Then he went back to
kill
the
somebody
store and said he was
over
going to
the
kill them,
sauce.
and they kicked him out. And then he waited in the parking lot in his car for two coworkers to leave. Followed him down the hill in a car and did a drive-by shooting from car to car. Emptied a clip, but luckily only shot like the driver in the wrist, so like the guys survived.
Oh, survived.
Remember that?
Try to do a
It's-
sauce execution on these guys.
It's hard to be accurate when you're on an empty stomach. You know what I mean?
That's
Right.
true.
Blood sugar was low. Right.
Yeah. If he had the golden hour. Anyways, what happened again? Another sauce shooting, and this guy had better aim, unfortunately, for the delivery driver of Great Wall, a Chinese restaurant in Forest Hills, New York. Yeah, not great, guys.
Whoa.
Ji Wen Yan, seen here as a 45-year-old delivery man, husband and father of three. He was shot dead on Saturday night by a true psychopath. Allegedly. I say allegedly because the police have not caught or even officially identified the shooter, but everyone that works at Great Wall is pretty positive who it is because of what I'm about to tell you. The owner, yeah, right? That's interesting setup. The owner of Great Wall, 53-year-old Kai Yang, said that this past November, so like 6 months ago, a 50-year-old customer came in to pick up his to-go order, and he demanded a ton of duck sauce. And Yang said that there was duck sauce like sitting out in like a bin, kind of like Taco Bell sauce
Sure.
style or whatever.
Yeah.
And he said, go ahead, grab some duck sauce. And he claims the 50-year-old emptied the entire bin into his bag, cleaned him out, and left. But it must have been a small bin because he came back later that night irate, demanding more duck sauce.
What?
And Yang, the owner, claims he gave him more duck sauce, but it was too little too late for the customer, who said he also wanted a refund, which Yang said, sorry, I'm not going to give you a refund. And thus began a 5-month-long sadistic series of revenge events that culminated with Yan, not Yang, Yan's death on Saturday. Apparently,
Whoa.
yeah.
Wait. For 5 months, he's been going after this guy?
Yeah, the restaurant, the owner, and
All because he
and
wouldn't give
Yan,
him a
which you'll hear about in a
refund.
second too. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
No sauce, no extra sauce, and no refund.
That's right. Apparently, Yang, the owner's tires started getting slashed quite regularly, and his car got vandalized quite regularly. He had a brand new 2021 Honda CR-V that he really liked, and he parked it out back. And after
Those are nice too.
Yeah, well, after the third slashing of the tires, Yang moved it out front so they could see if it got messed with. And lo and behold, on January 28th, the 50-year-old duck sauce fanatic fucked with his car in broad view of the restaurant. And Yang and some of his employees ran outside to say, hey, duck sauce guy, enough already. And then duck sauce guy pulled a gun on Yang. Yang ran back inside, but some of his employees tackled Mr. Sauce. And the main guy who tackled him was, guess who? Jiwen Yan. The man who he was killed this weekend. So on January 28th, Yan tackled this guy who was trying to like shoot the owner, and the duck sauce guy took note of it.
Okay, so it didn't happen there. So essentially,
No,
like it
that
was
was January 28th.
It was
Again, these sauce guys are psychos. They will wait for you.
This
They
was
will
it was the
wait for you.
culmination. It was 5 months of a culmination. And
This was
then
January 20th, so this was like in the middle of. It keeps going. Like it never stopped from that night until.
But this is
now.
a pretty different scenario than like him just fucking with the tires. Like this is assault.
He
right?
pulled a gun.
Yeah.
He pulled a gun on him.
Well, and also back to the car. At least it wasn't one of the new. I think it's the not the Honda CR-V, but the RAV4.
Pilot.
They updated that one. It's really nice now. It's really
Yeah.
nice. So at least it was a CR-V.
Thank God.
Good, because that car sucked.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, well, the new design's not,
Toyota.
I mean, the new design's not as good as the.
Yeah, it makes you want to
Toyota
slash the
stuff.
tires with the
It's
look
no
of the
4Runner,
CR-V's tires. Yeah.
Well, I mean,
police-
they're both. I mean, they're both small SUVs, but I mean, as far as small SUVs.
Good luck
go.
driving, is what the guy
No.
kept yelling. Police were called that night, obviously, and several other nights, but it's unclear if this duck sauce guy was ever arrested. But it's very clear he was undeterred. 70-year-old Sui Chung, who also worked at Great Wall, confirmed all of Yang's stories and added that the duck sauce guy would constantly show up and pace outside the restaurant menacingly, not ordering any food. And then whenever the owner or delivery people who tackled him would come outside, he would threaten them and say things like, I remember you, and stuff like that. So there were plenty of warnings, but again, the police didn't really lock this guy up. And I don't know if Yang could have filed a restraining order or what, but tragedy struck on Saturday night when Yan was
Really
delivering.
should have.
Yeah, right. When Yan was delivering to a house that was not duck sauce guys, because obviously they wouldn't be delivering to him anymore, right? And they did have one of his residences on file. So they weren't going to deliver him, but apparently this guy might have had multiple houses. And what happened was Yan was on the opposite side of town from Mr. Sauce's known residence, but police sources have confirmed that the description of the vehicle fleeing from the scene of the fatal shooting matches that of Mr. Sauce's car in model, color, and year. It was a gray, older Lexus RX-3 SUV. So there's not a lot of those in the road. There's not a lot of those from people that hate this restaurant over and
How have they
over
not
and over again.
Issued an arrest warrant for this guy.
They're looking to talk to him, but he's apparently elusive. Like they said, he has multiple residencies. So this nut job saw Yan in a Great Wall scooter. He may have been following him. He was delivering in his fucking scooter, and he pulled over and put one in his chest, killing him before he fled the scene.
What a piece
now-
of shit.
Yeah.
I mean, like if somebody gets mad about sauce, I'm now I'm gonna automatically stereotype you. I'm sorry.
Yeah, we're
I can't-
flipping. We're
if somebody
flipping now.
flips out about sauce. It's
Yeah.
just like you're automatically on a list in my
Well,
mind.
hold on.
Get
hold
your
on,
own
hold
sauce
on.
at home,
Hold
No,
on.
I'm serious, Pat. These sauce guys are an issue. Like,
But
this
hold
is,
on.
this is not okay. The one man was driven to lay in wait in a parking lot, and then he tried to kill two
Look,
people.
I agree, Will,
this
but-
guy fucking did a months long scheme.
What's
to
the
kill
no? It's
somebody
5 months.
over sauce.
What's the cure for sauce addiction?
Well, I'm just saying. I mean, okay, quick diatribe. But like Friday night, I went to go visit a buddy at his cabin. He was in Pennsylvania, up from Texas. He's like, "Come out and visit me." So we're gonna go out as a family, but it didn't work out. So I went solo, And I'm like thinking like they're going to have dinner. So I didn't stop for dinner. I get there. There's no dinner. And then, a night of drinking, and then wake up in the morning and I'm like, oh, at least there'll be breakfast. And there's no breakfast. So
Jeez.
I haven't eaten. So I get on the road and it's
Call
like,
this guy a friend?
he's a
Skinny
friend.
people you're hanging
He's a
with.
friend, but it's
Well,
like 60 miles to the closest McDonald's because it's in the middle of like nowhere. I get to the McDonald's, I order my order, and I say, because I noticed they've been shorting ketchup. All fast food's been not giving ketchup. You got to ask for it. So I said,
Where the packets are running out.
well, I
Where
said,
they
can I have
been
ketchup as
forever.
well? And the guy puts on the screen 1 ketchup.
No.
And I'm thinking he's not.
This guy wants to get shot.
He's not going to put,
Yeah.
he's not going to give me 1 packet of ketchup. That's just like one,
Right.
handful
Nah,
of ketchup.
the supply
That's
chain.
line item
There's
ketchup.
a single fucking ketchup he gave me,
Wow.
dude.
Yeah, Pat. I mean,
And,
the
like,
supply
I'm
chain
not
is fucking
saying-
shit.
Are you going to go back to the restaurant?
No, but I was very angry. I punched my steering wheel.
Yeah, see? Exactly.
Sauce anger's for real though. You can't let it overtake.
But I
you,
let
though.
it go. I let it go.
Good,
Sauce
good.
anger's
You let
on
it go,
an
you did- yeah.
all-time high right now. Now, neighbors of Mr. Sauce's one known residency described him as a psycho hoarder terminator. They said he was constantly just in and out very quickly, didn't really dilly-dally, and they said he wore dark wraparound sunglasses at all time, and others said he stole everyone in the building's packages all the time, and whenever they would call him on it, he would just
sauce
scream.
in here.
Yeah, he would just scream at them.
He's shaking it.
Yeah.
Shaking it for. Sounds like there might be a little duck sauce in this.
Everything is this guy's.
He's a hoarding psychopath.
He's a psychopath.
Duck
So-
sauce. Darren better open it up.
So maybe let's get this guy off the streets, NYPD.
Dude, this is honestly, all joking aside, it is scary the idea that like some guy you can slight some human
With
who
sauce?
You didn't really slight them, and then they develop an
He
obsession.
killed this guy months later. He's stealing from his neighbors. He's armed and dangerous. Maybe go talk to the guy. Anyways, Great Wall has been shut down and is not reopening until they catch the killer. Asian hate and crime is way up everywhere and way up in New York City in general, in particular, I should say. And it's Asian American and Pacific Islander Heritage Month, so maybe we can all calm the fuck down and be nice to people.
Yeah. Why don't we catch Sauce Guy, huh?
Yeah.
During the month. Don't mess it up in this month, huh?
Please calm down. R.I.P. to Yan and his, condolences to his family. And now I will also say, to Pat's point, to restaurateurs and managers, we get it. Prices are going up, supply chain, all yada yada yada. But don't be stingy on the sauces, okay?
A single ketchup
Don't be
packet.
saucy. Don't be stingy. And I know the owner said he gave this jackass all the sauce he wanted, but that's the only part of his side of the story that I don't believe. I think he definitely yanked that bin away from that psychopath in November. I think he's like, get out. No more sauce.
Dangerous game shorting somebody on their sauce these days with all these sauce psychos out there.
Yeah. I mean, it's so dangerous that the guy won't even admit to doing it because he knows like that'll set someone off. But anyways.
Yeah,
Not
Yan
good.
paid the price though. That was
Yeah.
sad.
And he was just
It's
defending
terrible,
him.
man.
He was just defending him. He tackled him so his owner wouldn't get shot. It's terrible.
People need to just relax, Maybe take a chill pill.
Maybe we could
okay.
drown this guy in duck sauce, like waterboard him as a punishment if they find him guilty, if he did it, which he did probably. They could punish him by killing him with too much duck sauce.
Oh no, make this guy go to jail. That would be the worst punishment.
Well, in jail, like just
Many years
waterboard
in
him with
jail
duck
for
sauce.
this guy
Yeah.
would be. He's a hoarder. Like that would be. Imagine being
Sure,
a hoarder and having
take
to go to
things
jail.
away from him. Yeah,
The worst. Yeah,
just keep taking things away from him.
nothing. Yeah,
Yeah.
he has nothing. Like,
Yeah. Right.
Yeah. His cell would suck. Imagine being a hoarder's cellmate.
They clean it every day.
That'd be horrible. All right. Before we move on to a massive TikTok international moment today to close things out, let's talk a little bit about the power of a good shave. I want you guys to look at something. All right. Bam. That's me just a few hours before the show.
Yeah.
Is that a goatee or a shaggy double chin? I
don't
can't
know.
I don't
tell.
know.
I can't tell. But now,
Whoa.
freshly shaved
Oh, hey, Will.
with my Harry's shave
Thank
kit,
God.
and my mustache is popping like it only can after reapplying the base coat
feel
of
like
the
I
rest
can
of my
touch it.
face with the Harry's. Okay,
Yeah.
everything in the starter kit helps me refresh the face and get the mustache popping again. The shave cream, the newly designed weighted handle, which is incredible feeling, and of course the legendary 5-bladed Harry's razors. And Harry's is giving their best offer to our listeners, the best. First-time Harry's customers can redeem a starter set for just $3
That's a pretty good offer.
at harrys.com/hard factor. $3. All this that you see right here if you're watching youtube.com/hard factor news. That includes a 5-blade cartridge, a weighted handle. Again, the weight is impressive. Foaming shave gel and a travel cover to protect your blades on the go, a $13 value, all for just $3. I mean, it's amazing that's 13 regular, because Harry's, I've used it for a long time, way before they became a sponsor of the pod, because it's just the best, period. A lot of other razor brands out there, pretenders, they're all flash and talk. Harry's is just straight up amazing razors at an affordable price. That's it.
I would say
The best.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Starter kit for $3.
Can't be beaten. Harry's is literally the best in the razor game. There's a reason why I knew of them long before they started doing ads on the show, used them, and I'm so happy to share the good news with everybody else. New look, same incredible offer. There's really never been a better time to give Harry's a try. Just go to harrys.com/hardfactor today to get your starter set for just $3. That's harrys.com/hardfactor. And your face is going to look incredible. It'll have never looked better.
Your
Or in
face will
that
thank
photo,
you.
that before photo. I mean,
Yeah.
this is what I want. Is what I'm looking at right now. This is
Right. I mean,
Nice.
Pat, imagine.
Was your
Just
wife
go-
was your
just
wife
go
just
hit your
screaming
Harry's.
at you? Use the Harry's.
Yeah,
Hit
who
your
are
Harry.
you?
Yeah.
This is not who I married.
Yeah.
And then it was like, oh, hi.
Oh,
Hey,
busy tonight.
It can change the game at home too. for
thank
sure.
God my husband's gone. Oh,
you freshen up. Look, she'll be looking at you a little different there. You know.
Mhm.
Good. All right, pack your bags, fellas.
It's time for the TikTok International Moment.
That's right. Starting in England again for a very impotent follow-up story that we need to cover. Follow-up from last week. Then on to Russia, where a weird quote has everyone upset, especially Israel, and Vlad Putin may be slipping in the world power rankings that we will unveil at the end of this segment. Hard Factor World Power Rankings trademark.
yeah.
Hard
It's
factor.
about Ulta's about to release a thing a couple years from now where they're going to say, "Come, have some white blood cell parties with Vlad Putin."
Right. Yeah, pretty much.
Oh, because he's gonna fucking die.
Yeah.
Well, that's wishful thinking, Pat. We'll get to it. But first, London, England. We reported last week there's an MP, member of parliament, which is basically like a congressman over there in jolly old London town, who's been accused of watching porn inside both the House of Commons and in the committee rooms in front of his female colleagues. And now his identity has been revealed. It's Neil Parish, this guy, right?
I'd like to add that I was pretty close with Nigel. It's just missing a G in his first name.
You're right,
Mhm.
Neil.
What a
very close.
pervert. Look at this pervert. Look at this son of a bitch.
This guy loves porn.
Oh, he
my
does.
God.
He's got like a
Where are his hands in that picture?
disheveled hair look and like a wry grin on his face, like
Looks
he
like he's
may
got
just have watched a porn.
Scotch on his breath.
Yeah. So Neil got suspended last Friday when his identity was finally revealed, as everybody knew, and just shortly after that resigned. By Saturday, he gave this interview with the BBC.
I could explain to the Standards Committee what happened, and it would been worth explaining what happened, which
The
I
fuck's he
will in a
wearing?
minute. But
A
in
vest,
the end, I could
yeah.
see the
weird vest.
fury, the damage I was causing my family, and
So is your decision based on an acknowledgement of wrongdoing?
yes, and I'll explain to you exactly what it is.
What'd you
Okay.
do?
The situation was that I, funnily enough, it was tractors that I was looking at, and
Yeah.
so I did get into another website that had a sort of very
Tractors.
similar name,
BigTractors.com.
and I watched it for a bit, which I shouldn't have done. But my
Oh,
crime,
he stayed on the
biggest
site.
crime, is that on another occasion I went in a second time,
And that was deliberately?
and that was
consciously?
deliberate.
And was that in the select committee or in the Commons chamber?
That was sitting, waiting to vote.
What-
And I, you know, I mean,
What
I
made you think that was remotely acceptable?
No, nothing made it feel.
So what was going through your mind?
My
I
loins.
mean, moment of madness, and also totally wrong.
It was my oats.
Yeah.
I'm looking for tractor porn right now. I'm trying to. I don't
Yeah,
know.
I think he misspelled
Well,
tractor.
I don't know. I've got the intel, fellas. Happy
Oh.
trails to Neil and
Okay.
his porn. He'll be taking them out of the House of Commons now. He has, resigned.
I
Turns out
misspelled tractor.
No, Mark. Turns out, according to fellow Devon County Councilor Colin Slade, this is a friend of Neil's, I guess from his home area, and other farmers, who Neil is a farmer from wherever he's from, Somerset, maybe? I don't know, who know Neil. He was looking up the Dominator combine.
Oh, he typed in the Dominator.
When he fell into the trap the first time, and he saw many other things besides combines for looking up the Dominator.
We all know what the Dominator is, or the Liberator.
Yeah.
He's looking up, the wrong thing there, yeah.
So he says that's the first trap he fell into, was looking at Dominator porn after looking up the Dominator combine. But then, he was just super horny for number 2.
Then he liked what he saw, yeah.
Right. He just pulled up.
And then I said, fuck tractors.
Oh, and then I started jerking off in public.
Oh, man. So, okay, but okay. I feel like if it's a one-off,
no, he watches porn on his phone all the time.
I don't
100%.
believe he looked at the Dominator tractor.
He got caught twice.
I don't
he would
see
have got caught 50 times if he had stayed.
Yeah.
No coworker is going to approach someone over one time.
They could hear it blaring from his headphones.
It's just etiquette. Like if you see someone like watching porn, it could even happen 2 times probably, and you'd be like, okay, look, I didn't see that.
Yeah.
But if he's habitually doing it during session, which is what it sounds like he was doing,
he's
then
so horny.
It has to be a lot to make a complaint.
That's how he got through
he
session.
watches a lot of porn.
Funny thing is,
he did clarify, though, Mark, to your point. He did want to make sure everybody knows that he was not trying to show it off. He was trying to conceal it.
Sure.
He wasn't trying to show it off.
Funny thing is, I was looking up locomotives, and I typed in big caboose.
Okay, here, this is interesting. So if you Google the Dominator, it comes up the Dominator series, a dark mafia romance. D.D. Prince writes dark, dangerous, and delicious romances with smoking hot alpha males, usually anti-heroes.
I had to watch the sequel.
I mean, I want to get in after just reading that synopsis.
Yeah, I mean, so that's the first trap he fell into, and then it set him off on a dark spiral down of horniness that ended with him resigning. So
yeah.
Happy trails to Neil.
Lesson learned, Neil.
That vest he was wearing, Mark, looks like it was like a preventative masturbation vest. It was like a weighted.
Yeah.
It was like the thing that you put on at the dentist to not get radiation poisoning.
I think
like
so too, Pat. I think
a storm jacket for
exactly to make sure that his arms couldn't do what they wanted to do.
I think you're right. I think that's what
it
was.
Bizarre outfit.
Like, because had he masturbated on the apology interview, then he would be finished forever. So he had to wear the vest just in case.
Neil.
What are you wearing, Neil?
Neil's an interesting guy. I wonder if we'll hear more from Neil. Probably not. Probably just gonna sort of.
No, he's done. No, yeah.
He's gonna bugger off, as they say in England. Okay, now for the 3-hour, 35-minute flight over to Moscow, where things, as Pat alluded to earlier, are completely falling apart. It seems like. Moscow, Russia. On Sunday night, Russian Foreign Minister Sergei Lavrov rolled up on Italian television to say this. And I'm going to play the clip of what he said in Russian in the background softly, and I'll read the English text over it. Okay. So here it is. Well, the fact that he puts forward an argument, what kind of Nazification can we have when I am a Jew, talking about Zelensky, if I remember correctly, yet I may be wrong, but Hitler also had Jewish blood. It means absolutely nothing. And we have long heard from the wise Jewish people who say that the most ardent anti-Semites are, as a rule of thumb, the Jews.
Oh,
each family has its freak, as we say. This is a Russian idiom meaning each blah, blah, blah.
It's a Russian idiom meaning the Jews hate the Jews too.
He was throwing some blanket statements out there big time.
Oh, yeah.
And then moving on from them as if, okay, fact established.
Yeah.
Continuing.
It's
right.
Yeah.
Continuing.
It's because of this Russian idiom, I'm right.
Moving on. Yes. Now that we all agree.
The biggest anti-Semites in history are, in fact, Jews. They know that.
Yes. And he's, of course, this is him defending why he's calling Zelensky, President Zelensky of Ukraine, a Nazi, while he's also a Jewish person. So as you may imagine, the Jewish nation of Israel, where many Russians live, a huge Russian population in Israel, said this in a written response. First thing Monday morning, they said, quote, Foreign Minister Lavrov's remarks are both an unforgivable and outrageous statement, as well as a terrible historical error. Jews did not murder themselves in the Holocaust The lowest level of racism against Jews is to accuse Jews themselves of anti-Semitism.
Victim
unquote.
shaming.
Yeah.
How do we
big
know
time.
they didn't do this to themselves?
Right.
Right.
It's
That's
like
kind of
saying,
what Lavrov is
saying a
getting at.
rapist likes to get raped.
And I don't know. I'm not a leader of anything, but if I was a leader of something,
Sorry, rape victim. Sorry.
I'd be real
know what I meant.
trepidatious about saying maybe I'm wrong, but Hitler. You know what I mean? You got to stop there unless
Right.
you're right,
Just-
unless you know.
Leave the poor Hitler comparisons to everybody on Twitter. Maybe not
What was
as Pat says, as a world leader, toss him around.
What was he expecting to get out of that?
Things are just falling apart, dude. In
Yeah,
Russia, I think
that was
like,
just. I think so too. That was insane. Like, what was he expecting? Like Israel.
I mean,
to
they
be
said
like,
that
"He's
they're gonna.
right."
They've been talking about nuking everybody, taking
They
back
stole
Alaska.
Poland's pipeline. Like everyone's pissed at him now. Germany's giving out tanks finally. Like Germany's
they're
to
spiraling.
Ukraine. Yeah,
Russia's
Russia's
spiraling.
fucking up big time, and everyone's like starting to like fuck with them back.
Yeah, this. They're Neil Parish spiraling.
Yeah.
So it turns out Hitler's paternal grandfather, so his father's father, was never identified, and his dad, Alois Hitler, was a registered bastard. And Hitler definitely.
Yeah, he was.
What does that mean?
Yeah, he was. He was a mean
no
drunk.
father, according to the hospital.
He's a real bastard.
What the fuck does that mean?
That means he didn't have a
He's a
dad.
registered
It means he didn't
bastard.
have a bat.
That's
He didn't have a dad.
you're a bastard. Okay. Do you have your papers?
Yeah, Alois Hitler was a registered bastard.
Says on
by
it says in the
German
paperwork.
hospitals,
Yeah.
or Austrian, wherever. And Hitler definitely wasn't Jewish though, because he started the Nazis. Big time, not a Jewish guy thing to do. He also committed the Holocaust. Another one.
Right.
I'd say check mark in the not Jewish column. And the last one that really formalizes it. He wrote a German law that absolved only him and Jesus Christ from being Jewish, just in case his unknown lineage was of Jewish origin.
Ooh.
So him and Jesus, the only absolved Jewish people in the world.
Sounds like the lady doth
according to the German law.
protest too much.
Right.
This Russian guy. Yeah, this Russian guy is saying Hitler was Clayton Bigsby.
Look, I know homosexual is illegal, but if you ever find me, I don't know, sucking a dick, because I'm blacked out, and I didn't mean to, but it's going to look awkward. So in that instance, I'm exempt from the law. But
and Hitler's lawyers actually tried after his death tried to prove that he was of Jewish descent. I guess maybe because they feel like it strengthens his case for having committed the Holocaust. I have no idea, but it's insane.
I mean, as a not Jewish person, I would say, so what if Hitler was Jewish? That has nothing.
Right, he wasn't a practicing Jew.
To me,
nobody in his family,
to me,
he
the one
knew
that
was
just
Jewish.
blaringly, and obviously, if it's not, it's just that you don't want to throw those blanket things about Hitler, the worst person in history, especially to Jewish people. That probably would be very offensive to them. But the one that's clearly offensive to everyone, including non-Jewish people, is the statement that says the most anti-Semitic people are in fact Jewish themselves. That is an insane statement.
So
that
nuts.
yeah.
Victim shaming, as you said. Went and fact checked this insane statement from Putin's foreign affairs guy Lavrov, and it is as batshit crazy as it sounds. That's the full history of it, the entire thing. Probably time to keep sliding Vlad down the world power rankings, because on top of that, we now know for some reason, we're just finding out in NATO world that Putin has been openly scheduled to get cancer surgery in the immediate future, allegedly not his first cancer surgery either. And that power will be transferred to ex-FSB chief. So FSB is like the CIA in Russia. And somebody who's also said he's a fan of, quote, disintegrating Ukraine. Nikolai Patrushev. This is the guy that's going to
he's looking at Putin like he wants to fuck him.
Yeah, well, they've been buddies for a long time, so it could be a Madison Cawthorn situation. But Nikolai Patrushev will get the power while Putin is out of capacity for an estimated 2 to 3 days. So it's a pretty major cancer surgery he's going through.
Putin giving anyone power for any period of time is alarming,
Right. And so, why is it not being covered? It's been a known fact, and now it's not getting much coverage at all. It's very odd, peculiar that's happening.
It'd be a real shame if he died.
Real shame. The antler bloodbaths aren't doing the trick, I guess. And as
No.
Pat mentioned earlier, Germany is finally in support of an EU oil embargo on Russia. Nancy Pelosi is walking around Ukraine while the residents being evacuated from Mariupol tell of the horrible war crimes being committed by the Red Army down there. Ukrainian drones sank 2 more Russian naval ships this week. And the UN says Putin is responsible for 5.5 million people fleeing the country of Ukraine. Store.hardfactor.com to buy the shirt that helps refugees of the war. 5.5 million fucking people had to flee their homes because of this dickhead. And this all adds up to Putin needing to be lowered from his original number 6 ranking on the official
list.
Hard Factor Power Rankings, which are as follows. Number 1, Elon Musk. Number 2, Xi in the CCP, which, I mean, yeah. So, you know, some
Same
people
thing.
are, there's going to, yeah. Number 3, Zuckerberg. Number 4, the Fed. Number 5, the Vatican. Number 6, Putin, not for long. Number 7, Apple Inc. Number 8, Bezos. Number 9, Disney and other network media people. Number 10, nerd CEOs like Bill Gates, Larry Page, and Bloomberg and Warren Buffett. And number 11, the president of the USA. He might be dropping off. Number 12, Cristiano Ronaldo. Strong. On the bubble.
What? 12?
Yeah, number 12 is Cristiano Ronaldo.
Oh.
Well, he was
I'm not-
unranked. Pat had him at like 5.
Well,
I
Pat,
guess
your
I'm really
ranking
not.
of
I'm
having
not that surprised, to be honest with you.
Pat's high ranking of Ronaldo pulled
Got
him
him on
up.
the list. Yeah.
Mark and I also Ronaldo fans, put him in the top 20. He
Yeah.
made number 12 right
He
there.
has the most social media followers of anyone in the world,
I
right?
mean,
So-
that's great. Hey.
He does by far. And on the bubble, we have Mohammed bin Salman or the Saudi royal family, global banking organizations like the IMF and the World Bank, mutual funds and ETFs like BlackRock and Vanguard, TikTok, the Waltons, Andy Reid in a Hawaiian shirt, Vince McMahon, and the inventor of crypto.
That's right.
So, fellas, I mean, like based on this,
And you're
Putin's
seeing
got a
it-
slide, right?
So you're seeing it live. The whole point of this list is we're gonna update it live. So yeah, I'd say Putin drops to below 10.
Ronaldo stays, though.
I'd say Putin goes between. Putin slides in at 11. I think
13?
everyone bumps up.
13.
I say Putin's 11, and then Apple's 6.
I don't know,
Bezos
man.
is 7.
There's
13?
Yeah,
there's some
13,
people on the
Well, then let's bring MBS up and get Putin back.
MBS also
and put
the mutual funds very strong.
Yeah, BlackRock. That's all,
Vanguard.
yeah, I had BlackRock.
I mean,
on there,
Putin's
yeah.
got to slide down. I'd say at least to 10.
Let's get Putin on the bubble and let's move MBS or BlackRock up.
MBS and BlackRock got to come up. You know what?
Yeah.
You know who else can move down? The Fed. They can't control inflation for shit. So they're going to have some problems staying on there. Also, Trevor Noah may be tied with the USA president after the first correspondence dinner in 6 years.
He got Jill too. Did you see what he said to Jill Biden?
No, what do you get?
He was
her
like,
with?
she's back into Dr. Biden's back into like teaching. And early reports was she was just doing it from the kindness of her heart, but it turns out she has student loan debts and she should have voted for Bernie Sanders.
Yeah.
She's got to pay off those bills.
Yeah, Noah's correspondence dinner was
Oh, dude,
was
he
great.
lit him up, man. He
did a fantastic job. As everybody knows, I'm not a huge Trevor Noah fan because like used to be a big Daily Show fan under Jon Stewart, not as much under the Noah days.
Shoes
But-
were too big to fill. It didn't matter. It's not that you hate Trevor Noah. You
got to
the fact
give,
that-
I got to give credit. He did an amazing job in a time where somebody had to step up and do it, and he did.
He's
it.
funny. His stand-up's
And
good
That was
too.
really good.
Yeah.
All right. That's it. You guys got any more on Vlad Putin and how he's definitely sliding down the rank? We'll probably unveil
he
the new
dies.
rankings later.
Hope
but
he
yeah,
dies painfully.
right. But he's sliding down in the meantime. Let's do the wheel.
Man, what if he woke up from or like was getting the surgery mask on and like the surgeon doctor pulled down his mask and it was Navalny, his enemy, like they let him in to like kill him? That would be badass. Putin's
That
enemy.
would, if Navalny got to
If
do
Navalny was the
death blow,
doctor and he was like, "Go to sleep, Putin."
That
That was the last thing he ever saw. Oh, that'd be so cool.
sweet revenge.
Yeah.
I don't know if I just said a cup of coffee in the big time. That was a TikTok international moment. Let's do the
Yes.
wheel.
That's okay.
Hey man. I said rapists instead of rape victims earlier. That was a boof.
Oh, yeah.
And Wes, what happens when you take a day off?
Yeah.
You get
That's
the
what
coffee.
you get.
And Pat, you didn't get a full week in a row.
Wow.
Congrats. All right,
What a
Wes
relief.
will have your cup of coffee in the big time tomorrow. And it will be, oh my goodness. I'm
Will on
going a
TikTok
streak.
back to back.
Will on the TikTok
Is that
international
3?
moment again. That's at least 3 in a row. And I had like 3 last week. So
Wow.
Crazy stuff happening.
Working on those, building up those miles over there.
Crazy stuff happening with the wheel. But the wheel, I mean, it's probably the most educated, it's the most advanced thing. It's the most civilized thing we do.
It's like the tree in Game of Thrones. It's like the one-eyed raven type thing.
It's almost like our religion now is
Yeah.
the wheel. But
yeah,
that's for another day.
the wheel told us to jump off a bridge.
Yeah. That's going to do it for Hard Factor today.
Okay.
Thank you, as always, for listening to the show. Your support means everything to us. Literally allows us to keep bringing you the news every day. So thank you. But most importantly, get out there and have a great fucking day.